I paid $12 for this broken Nintendo 3DS XL. The top screen is broken, so I know I've got to fix that, but there could be other things as well, and then it needs a good cleaning. If you watch my lot of 44 broken Nintendo handhelds, you'll recognize this one from that, but I wanted to save it for its own video so I could show you in depth how to fix the top screen on the Nintendo 3DS XL. It's probably the most difficult repair on these, so I'm not exactly looking forward to it, but at the same time I love taking something old and broken and fixing it and making it usable again. Let's do this. Let's just have a quick look at the before condition of this 3DS XL. It is the new 3DS XL. It's really not in too bad a condition. There's definitely some scratches and scuffs on the top that aren't going to come out, but it'll definitely look better once it's repaired and cleaned up. And then you can see this top screen definitely needs to be replaced. And then the bottom screen is good and working, but it definitely needs to be cleaned. This is the new screen. These are available for about $25, and they're listed as new, but these are actually used screens that hopefully still work. It's always a gamble when you buy stuff like this off of eBay because sometimes they don't work at all. But hopefully this one will, and we'll find out in a few minutes. First thing we need to do is remove this bottom cover, then remove the battery, and then we can take off the bottom of the housing. Look at all this around the headphone jack. That's nasty. But hey, we got a free memory card, that's cool. 16 gig, not bad. Now that those pieces are off, I need to remove basically everything on this bottom shell except for the bottom LCD so we can get to this hinge. This little piece right here is the key to separating the top piece from the bottom piece. So we need to remove this and then remove this little LED diffuser. Now with those two pieces removed, we can get to this in a minute, but we need to get to this top screen first. Now with all those screws removed, we can separate this top piece right here, push it forward, and then remove it from the 3DS. Now we can lift it off. And there we have the top case. So here you see the back of the hinge. We need to go in from the other side and push that hinge back this way. That's why we needed to remove those two components. So let's do that now, and I'll show you what I mean. So the hinge is located right down in here. So we just need to get in there and push that back. Okay, and there we go. We now have the hinge separated. There we go. We can pull up on this and remove that part of the hinge. Now we get to the fun part. So these very delicate ribbon cables go through this hinge right here and come out the back side right there. So we need to roll these up enough to get them through this little tiny hinge and then pull them through here without tearing them. It's possible, I've done it before and I'm gonna try to do it again, but it's not easy. So, first thing I'm gonna do is remove this whole bottom case from the rest of the 3DS. And I'm gonna do that by pulling these ribbon cables through this slot along with this red cable. There we go. We have them all slid over to where they need to be. There's two. And there's the third. This video is sponsored by myself actually. If you've ever wanted to learn to solder but you didn't have the tools and equipment, or you just didn't know how, or you were too scared, I've created an online course just for you. Practical Soldering for Complete Beginners will teach you all the things you need to know to start soldering, from safety to what tools you need to making your first solder joints. And best of all, I've made this course completely free. I put a link down in the description below if you're interested in signing up, or you can also go to GameConsoleRepairSchool.com. Now let's get on with the video. Now that they're removed off of that lower piece, now we can roll these ribbon cables up and try and slip them through here without tearing them. By putting the speakers up on here and getting them out of the case right here, that just makes this whole screen area more movable. I'm actually going to lift the screen up enough so I can pull it over a little bit while I'm pushing these ribbon cables through, so I don't pull on the ribbon cables too hard. Now this screen is ready to pull through with the ribbon cables. And here we go. There we go, got it. Whew, okay, hopefully I didn't tear any of those ribbon cables while I was doing that. We will find out in a while. Got them. Now with that done, I can actually get the screen replaced, and then we gotta roll them back up and push them back through the other way. Okay, I have the ribbon cables through the hinge. That is so difficult. Okay, the ribbon cables are correct. I need to get this screen set in here all the way. Good. Now we can put the rest of this top piece together, get the screws in the little speaker boards, and then we'll be ready to move on, I think. Now I need to take this hinge pin and push it into the hinge at the correct angle to make sure it goes in all the way. Then we'll be ready to reassemble it more. Now with the hinge pin installed, I can get this back cover on the top case piece. Okay, good there. Buttons work. Now we just need to get the screws in this one, then we'll have the top piece ready. I will take this plastic off and apply the top screen protector once we're done putting the rest of it together. So now all I have left to do is put this screen protector on, then give it all a good cleaning, and then we can test it and see if it works. And there we go. Now it's time to give this all a nice cleaning and make it look real good, and then we'll see if it turns on and how it works. So that actually looks pretty good compared to what I had to start with. There are plenty of scratches and scuffs on the entire handheld, but overall not too bad. Now I'm gonna press the power button and see what happens. What do you think? Is it gonna work? I sure hope so. That is so much work. The blue light stays on so far. That's good news. Yes! And here we go. So the volume button works. The 3D button also works. Let's check the cameras. And the cameras work great. Once again, this is what I started with, and this is now what it looks like. And another device has been brought back to life, and now it's ready to use. Once again, don't forget to go to GameConsoleRepairSchool.com if you're interested in learning how to solder. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good one.